Howdy, gang. Okay, so got another topic for you guys that y'all might find interesting. And considering everything that's going on right now with China and Taiwan and with Russia and Ukraine, and, again, God knows what's going on in the Middle East, let alone what any remnants of ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever would be. The possibility of an EMP, okay, an electromagnetic pulse, is definitely out there. And again, we could have a coronal mass ejection, which basically is the same thing. But what an EMP is it's basically a nuclear blast in the atmosphere, okay? And that radiation, well, it's not going to hurt you or anything like that because of where the blast goes off. The total intent for it is to basically destroy anything that's electric, okay, so it won't work. Now, if y'all read the book 1 Second After, which, I've recommended many times, and I think people should read that. It'll give you an idea of not only this topic, but kind of prepping type, what challenges you may face. The basis for that book was that an EMP had gone off over Asheville, North Carolina. Well, gone off over the whole United States, but the story was in Asheville. And so in the book, and just like it would be in real life, I can't remember, there was a James Bond movie that happened once too. It was the same thing. Don't remember which one it was. I just remember at the beginning, the helicopter all of a sudden lost all power and poof, that was it. It crashed and everything was done. But basically what an EMP will do is fry the entire electric grid. Okay, so anything that you've got that, your television, your cell phone, your computer, your toaster, your coffee maker, your furnace, your water heater, whatever is done. Okay, and we're back to the Stone Age without electricity, okay, without light. So, the deal is at this point is how do you prepare yourself for that? Okay, and there's 4 ways of doing it. And what I want to give you, those 4 ways are from easiest to, most primitive, if you will, to the most complicated. All right. So the very first thing you can do is, have yourself a non-electric backup plan. Okay. And I've done some of this myself. Okay. I have a percolator that I can make a pot of coffee on the stovetop, propane. Okay, so propane obviously doesn't need to have electricity, so I could make a pot of coffee. I have been purchasing hand tools. Talked about that a little bit on Prepping 101's live stream here a week or so back. So, different things that you can buy that you can't necessarily use. Obviously, if you have no power, your skill saw or your microwave or anything like that aren't going to work. So, nothing that you can really do for a microwave, but, I can get a handsaw. I can have a hand drill, whatever it would be. So different things like that. So that would be the first thing that you could do is look at some non-electric versions of the tools or the appliances or whatever it is that you use. You could say vacuum cleaner. Well, I got one of those. It's called a broom and a dustpan. That may be the option. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. So then the second part, if you have things taken care of, is to stockpile batteries. And I think we all do this. You've got D cell, C cell, AA's, AAA's, 9 volts, whatever it would be. And at least that will give you some sort of electronic use. We have handheld radios or whatever. You're not going to, hook up your coffee maker to a 9-volt battery or whatever it was. But at least on the small electric level, batteries might work. Okay, so make sure you've got an ample supply of batteries. We all use them anyway. They go in our cell phones, our remote controls, or my wireless mouse, whatever it would be. So, I mean, you're using some batteries, so just make sure you rotate them, okay? And keep a stockpile of them. I mean, most batteries are, as a Duracell says, they're good for 10 years or whatever. So that's your second idea. Okay, third one, and the one most people have heard about, is a Faraday cage. All right, now, well, I totally agree with this, and well, I'm going to show you how to make a very simple one here in just a minute. There's only one problem with the Faraday cage. Unless you're keeping all your stuff wrapped up in that Faraday cage, there's not going to be a half an hour notice to, oh, gee, there's a nuclear warhead going to set off an EMP coming over at 12:27 this afternoon. Make sure you're ready. Okay, it's just going to happen. So while a Faraday cage is a good idea, it's not the end-all be-all, because once it happens, it's instantaneous. It's not like you have 20 minutes. Oh my God, honey, there's something coming in. Go wrap up our cell phones or whatever. Okay, that's the problem. So, simple Faraday cage. And for the sake of argument, because I'm using my phone to record this, I'm going to use this good old U.S. Army coaster as a cell phone. Okay. So what you do, plastic wrap. Real difficult. We probably all got this in our house. You're going to take your phone and you're going to completely wrap it neatly. I'm doing this quickly, but you're going to completely wrap it so all the corners are covered and there's nothing exposed to the outside. So you're going to wrap it in plastic wrap. After that, you're going to wrap it in a sheet of aluminum foil. Okay? And again, I'm not doing this neatly. I'm just doing it for the sake of argument. So now you're going to wrap it like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another sheet of plastic wrap and go over this, another sheet of aluminum foil, go over this, and then yet again. So you're going to have 3 sheets of plastic wrap, 3 sheets of aluminum foil. That should protect your electronic device from anything getting through and make your cell phone good, or whatever, your calculator or whatever you want to, do it with. Make it good. All right. A better way, okay, which is going to be a little bit more efficient. Everybody's seen these, Office or something like that. You get those metal trash cans, those stainless steel trash cans that you step on a little thing and the lid pops up. Okay. Find a stainless steel one with it. And again, do it on the inside. Wrap it with plastic, wrap it with aluminum foil, do it a couple of times. And I mean, obviously you're not going to try to do it in there. Lay it out on the kitchen table, all right? And layer of plastic, layer of aluminum foil, make yourself a nice thick thing, and then you can line it on the inside once, okay? That will make you a good Faraday cage where you can just throw everything in there real quick and you'd be covered. Again, same issue. There's not going to be any advance warning to an EMP. But, coronal mass ejection, yeah, we'd have an advance notice of that somewhat. I mean, it's not going to be long, but, it's not going to be instantaneous from the sun. So just an idea there. The last thing, and this is where there's a little bit of expense to it now, is installing an EMP surge protector. And you can get these for your whole house or for your car. And again, if you remember the book, okay, all the cars were stopped immediately on the highway. Now, there is a company called EMP Shield. Their website is empshield.com. And again, I'm not sponsored by anybody. It's just what I found in research. I got no affiliations with anybody. All right, you know me about that. But I looked this up real quick, and there are surge protectors that they make, and probably other companies too, that hook up to your fuse box in the house and would protect your whole house from an EMP, from going through the wires and frying everything there. Also, supposedly for coronal mass ejections and also for lightning strikes. So, maybe an idea. There's also ones for your vehicle. And I mean, whether it's your motorcycle, your boat, chances are we're all going to do it for a car if we're going to do it, to hook up to your car to keep your car from getting affected by an EMP. Now, Supposedly, these things, at least through these guys, have been tested by the military. They're military specs. They've been tested independently. Again, you're taking their word for it, okay? Because it's not like they've got any experience going, hey, you know what? This will only be the third time that insert company or country here has, detonated a nuclear device in our atmosphere. So, again, it's something to look into. They're not necessarily cheap. Looks like they're about $400 to get one for your house, about $400 to get one for your car. And again, I didn't go comparing them or anything. I'm not telling you one's better than another. It's just, again, I'm giving you ideas and telling you these things exist. So, here's some ideas. I know EMPs are on a lot of people's mind as this could happen. And of course, with everything that's going on worldwide, that's still, if there was ever a World War III, that would be my bet as to how it would go, especially for the United States. Because troops aren't going to be able to come here because nobody can supply their troops, and any foreign country is going to want the land. They're not going to want to destroy the U.S. So that would be the most logical way to do it, is let us die off because of lack of electricity, and then it's a lot easier to come in with limited manpower, and you've got all the farmland and whatever you want with very little resistance. So I thought I'd throw these to you today as just a few different ideas on how to prepare for an EMP. But there you go. Pinball out.